Have you ever had that light bulb moment? You know, the perfect name for a business, or maybe a killer logo design. That little spark of genius is your brand's identity. And today, we're going to dive into exactly how you protect it. Welcome. So, you've seen these little symbols everywhere, right? TM, SM, the little R in a circle? They're on everything from your cereal box to your favorite app. But what do they actually do? What do they mean? Let's break it all down.
Okay, so first things first, what is a trademark? Well, think of it as your brand's unique fingerprint. It's that name, that logo, or even a specific design that screams to the world, hey, this product, this service, it came from us. It's what makes you, you, and separates your stuff from everyone else's on the shelf.
But, and this is a big but, you can't just slap a trademark on anything you want. Nope, there's a set of rules, kind of like an essential checklist, that your brand name or logo has to pass first. So let's get into what actually makes a mark eligible for protection.
This right here is where a lot of people get tripped up. It's not just about having the coolest sounding name, it's about having a name that the law can actually stand behind and defend for you. So, what are the official rules of the game? Let's take a look.
All right, let's walk through this checklist point by point because every single one is crucial. First up, your mark has to be graphically representable. That just means you need to be able to put it on paper, you can write it out or draw it. Simple enough. Second, and this is the big one, it has to be capable of distinguishing your stuff. It has to make your product stand out. You can't just call your coffee shop, right? It has to be unique. Third, you can't be stepping on any big toes. Your new computer company probably shouldn't be called Pear if a very famous Apple already exists, because that would cause confusion. Fourth, it can't contain scandalous or obscene material. That one's pretty self-explanatory. And finally, it can't be a generic word for what you sell. You can't trademark the word car for a company that sells cars. It all boils down to this. Your mark has to be uniquely yours.
Okay, so let's say your idea is solid. It's unique, it's representable, it clears all those hurdles. Fantastic. The very next question is, who can actually file the paperwork? Who gets to claim that brand? And the good news here is that the law is really flexible. As you can see, it's not just for massive corporations. An individual, so just you, can apply. A company, a partnership, even a government department can get in on the action. Now check out that last point. An organization can apply for something called a collective mark. Think about a big brand like Reliance. That one symbol covers a whole universe of different products and services, all under one massive umbrella. It's a really powerful way for organizations to unify their brand.
All right, now we're getting into the nitty-gritty, the how-to part. To really get a handle on the trademark world, you got to learn the language. And that means understanding the symbols, the different classes, and the actual law that makes it all work.
This chart makes it super simple. The TM symbol is for goods and the SM is for services. Using these is like planting your flag. You're telling the world, hey, I'm claiming this mark as my own, but it's not officially registered with the government. Now that R in a circle, that's the real deal. That means you've gone through the whole official process and your trademark is now legally registered and protected. So the key takeaway is this. TM and SM are a claim, the R is legal proof.
So what's this number? 45. This number is basically the magic number in the entire trademark universe. Why? Because it's the total number of categories, or what we call classes, that every single product or service can be sorted into.
This whole system is organized by an international agreement which just helps keep things consistent no matter where you are in the world. And it splits all of business into these 45 neat little boxes. 34 of them are for physical goods and the other 11 are for services. So when you apply for a trademark, you have to choose the right box, the right class for your specific business.
Let's look at some examples to make this crystal clear. At one end of the spectrum, you've got Class 1. This is for stuff like industrial chemicals. So if you invent a brand new fertilizer, you're filing in Class 1. Then, way on the other side, you have Class 45. This is purely for services. We're talking about legal services, security companies, that kind of thing. Every single business has its home somewhere in this system.
So what holds all of this together? What's the rule book? Well, in India, it all comes down to one really important piece of legislation, the Trademarks Act of 1999. This is the official document that governs everything we've just talked about, from eligibility to all those classes.
And all of this leads us to a huge crossroads for any business owner or creator. You've got a great mark. You know it's eligible. But do you actually have to go through the process of registering it?
This is probably the #1 question we get. Is this a legal requirement? Is registering your trademark something you absolutely must do, or is it optional?
And the answer, believe it or not, is a simple, clear no. It is not compulsory.
Trademark registration is completely voluntary. You can totally use that TM or SM symbol to stake your claim without ever filing the official government paperwork. But, and trust me, this is a very, very big but, even though it's not required, registration is a massive advantage. Think of it like this. Registering your trademark gives you a legal shield. It gives you the exclusive right to use your brand, and the legal muscle to stop anyone else who tries to copy you. And it goes even further. It turns your brand from just an idea into a tangible asset, something you can actually sell, license to others, or even build a franchise around. It becomes a seriously valuable piece of your company's property.
Okay, so you've decided to do it. You've gone through the whole process. You've got that coveted little R symbol next to your name, so now what? How long does that protection actually stick around? Is it forever?
It's actually a pretty simple life cycle. Your initial registration is good for a solid 10 years, right from the day you filed. But it doesn't have to stop there. Before it expires, you can pay a renewal fee to extend it for another 10 years. And here's the amazing part, you can just keep doing that. As long as you keep up with the renewals, your trademark protection can literally last forever.
Whew. Okay, that was a ton of information. Let's take a deep breath and do a super quick recap of the most important things you need to remember from all of this.
So, let's lock this in. First, a trademark is your brand's unique signature. To even be eligible, it has to be distinct. Remember the symbols. TM is you making a claim, but the R is the government backing you up. Everything in the business world fits into one of those 45 classes. And while registration isn't mandatory, the legal power it gives you is absolutely huge. Finally, that protection lasts for 10 years at a time, but it is renewable. Got it? Awesome.
So, what we've just gone over isn't just a bunch of facts. It's a toolkit. It's power. The next time you come up with that amazing, game-changing idea, you'll know the exact steps to take to protect its identity. So the only real question left is, what are you going to do with it?
And that's a wrap on our explainer on the world of trademarks. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. Hey, if you found this helpful, do us a favor and hit that like button, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you have any questions at all, drop them in the comments below. We'll see you next time.